we have a mystery to solve. Yo, there's blood on this? What? Okay, let's get some lights here. He might be trying to climb up into here. Whoa, what is this, dude? Hey everyone, it's your friend Thinknoodles, and welcome back to Poppy Playtime. Now, I've played a little bit of this game. You know, let's be honest, I played a lot of this game. And ever since Chapter 2 came out, we've sort of been making Mythbusters style episodes of Poppy Playtime and trying to answer questions that you guys have or that I come up with in my own weird little head. For example, in the last episode, we asked and answered the question of whether or not you can save Bunzo Bunny by doing a speed run with various tricks, hacks, and well, you'll have to watch it to find out the answer. But today we are going to answer a question that a lot of people have, a question that I have, and we may or may not answer it, but we are going to research whether or not Huggy Wuggy really died at the end of Chapter 1. So that means we've got to start at Chapter 1. And while we do that, if you are enjoying my Poppy Playtime content, do subscribe to my channel. It would be greatly appreciated because you could be helping me get to 9 million subscribers. It is completely free. All you have to do is hit that red button down there, and you can always unsub later if you hate my videos. All right, wait, oh no. What have I done? So I reloaded the game just like I did in Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 with the Bunzo Bunny chapter, and I was right clicking, and now I've really gone and done it because I don't have a grab pack at all. Here I was thinking that I was gonna sort of scam the system so that I could get the red and the blue hand and apply it there, and somehow I don't have the grab pack at all, yet the door is open. Can I get under here? Do I have to go back? What? Well, what? Wait, eat it and give it. Is it here, but I don't see it? What have I done? Great, let's do this. Let's load game and spam right click and see if we get the right hand grab pack. Nope. Okay. Okay, so it just spawns us back here. I was just seeing if we could get the red hand. It doesn't look like it has the same glitch that Chapter 2 does, because that literally happens when you first start the game, but it might be because when you first start playing Chapter 2, you do have a red hand and a blue hand, and by right clicking, you just get that, don't even try it, get that green hand glitch. Whereas on this one, you're not supposed to have any right hand, so you cannot glitch it. Finally. All right, Cat B, get over here. So we have some research to do. We need to... How am I gonna do this quickly? All right, let's get this. There we go, and let's unpause it. Right, so we want that ready to go because we are going to want to pause this at various times, including, well, in a second. Right. Come on, up. Now, okay, perfect. So we can get an idea of how tall Huggy Wuggy is as compared to the player, right? So this is our height. I'd say our head is about here. So come back. So player is about, well, yeah, you can see we're looking up at him. Look at the difference in size. Look how tall Huggy Wuggy is. In fact, compared to this doorway, if he were to just go straight through, it would decapitate him. His shoulders might not even fit through the doorway, or just barely, if they do. Now, with the size of the player, we, I believe, can just fit through this opening. Believe me, this will come into play in a little bit. We're just getting some basic measurements down. But yeah, you see the size of the player, you see the size of Huggy Wuggy. We don't even come up to like his, not even, well, basically where his knee joint is, right? That's about his knee joint. That is about our head height, right? Let's get level with the knee. Go straight across, and yeah, that's about where I estimated the head to be. Let's get back into our hands and head. and let's have a look. So I've actually never really gone back, and I've never really turned around to see. Okay, so that closes behind us, right? So I actually never knew that. I kind of thought he was coming in after me because I was always so scared. But that closes behind us. So that is why he ends up right here. So we can pause again right there. So right here. So this is interesting because I feel like Huggy Wuggy changes size because, again, with our hands where they are, let's see how big he is compared to us. Now, I know he's ducking, but look at where his knees are. Like, look at how short his legs are. His size is inconsistent, which is going to make disproving the myth an issue because the different, like, he is now, like, remember I said our head height was about where his knees were. His knees are here, all the way down here. This is where his knees are. And I don't quite understand because that would put our head down here. We can actually see if we would come in that low. And no, we definitely are not. This is much higher than that. Okay. So again, here we go and pause. All right. So let's get out again. And this is a much better estimate of size comparison here because we've got like apples to apple. Oh, geez. Am I? I don't know if I've ever been inside his head. Ew. Okay. Right. So there we are. Again, head level up here. And that is, we have the same head level, but look, his legs. Oh, okay. This gives us a little bit more. It's his leg here is sort of twisted around. So that might be how he modifies his height. He's got like extra bendy legs and stuff. Okay. And we've got to move quickly. Oh, I paused that little bit late right there. So we'll move on to the final scene where we pull the box down because we're going to be spending a little bit of time in chapter 2 with what we have learned. I just want to see one more estimate of his size, both when he is coming through that vent and also when he is falling. All right, here we go. Now, I gotta be kind of quick here. So I need to get my hands up here. We need to pull this and we need to, not slash pause. Woo! I'm not sure I got that, but we'll see in a second. So I've actually never paused it here. But where, okay, here's Huggy. So this is what I wanted to see is his size. And again, I feel like he is smaller than he was when we first saw him. He really is. You know, let's get some light on this. Okay, added a couple of lights here. So I don't really know if I can slow down the game, but I can unpause it. Okay, so he goes there, and then he hits there, and then he bounces off that one. Okay, and then we know that he falls through the floor here. Now, we're not supposed to be able to see that. Now, these are all the conveyor belts, and you will recognize those in a minute. There are conveyor belts with doors that look like this, red tracks, and a bunch of different walkways. So as far as we know from up here, he's fallen down to somewhere where we cannot see, which brings chapter 2. Right, now in chapter 2, we don't see Huggy Wuggy anywhere in the game directly, other than right here. And we'll come back to that too. So I've got a save game loaded up to the point where we have to do the puzzle with the conveyor belts where this can, yeah, perfect. That is perfect. All right, so let the conspiracy theories begin. Now, when I first played this, I did not notice it. I don't know if it was like dark or what, or I am just oblivious and I was scared. But as I was saying before, you guys recognize these conveyor belts and look straight up. Does that not look like the opposite of what we were looking at before? Kind of like what he might have fallen into. Let's go ahead and have a look. Whoop. Okay, we might need some light here because, well, actually, let's see how far we go until we get out. Okay, so now we're out. Let's look at what it is. So this could be like what we fall into. Again, with the conveyor belts, I mean, these are different colored ones. There's not just red, there's the blues and the yellows. But as far as we know from above, this could be what he fell into. Now, if that were the case, if we put some light here, maybe we'll see some blood. Guys, nah, I don't know. Is that blood or is that rust? I mean, this is rust here. And this, I think it's still rust. Let's keep looking. Oh, hang on. Now that, while it does look like rust, it's quite an interesting pattern. Kind of looks like you could put each of Huggy Wuggy's hands there. I mean, his hands are that flat yellow hands. That could be where he grabbed when he fell. But I feel like he could stand there. That's the only spot that we really see two handprints like that. All right, so that's pretty well lit up. Now, before we go too far into it, let's just make sure that this is right where I saw those handprints. And it isn't. The handprints are over here, or what I thought were handprints. So maybe they aren't, because this wall right here. Oh, wait, hold on. There's fur on this wall too? I've never seen this. Okay, let's light this up too. Okay, that looks pretty well lit here. Oh, we got fur on this also. Okay. Yo, there's blood on this? What? Okay, let's get some lights here. Oh, look, more blood there. Wow. Okay. Really, where are these guys going anyway? Y'all falling? How far down does the void go? Okay, so it doesn't go that far. Let's see what the bottom looks like. Okay, there's really nothing down here. We don't see any blood on the ground here. So we need to focus on stop it. You're ruining my focus. Back to the what I thought were handprints. I don't think that they are anymore. Not based on what we found out so far, because that's amazing, but just because the color isn't, it's definitely rust, right? Yeah, so that was wrong, but it did make me realize or discover this wall with the blood here. And I'm no Dexter, so I can't analyze blood spatter analysis, so I don't really know which way you would say this. I mean, would you say that he was falling down, he bounced off the wall, blood, or that he's bleeding and moving his way up and he's losing fur? I don't know right here. There's no blood on this surface. However, there is blood here. And that is deliberate, and that is definitely blood. The rust, I don't know if we have any on this level that we could compare it to, but that is very, very obviously blood. Are there any other walls that have fur or blood on them? It doesn't seem to be, but I should double check to make sure. So we've got blood on 3 different walls, right? So this wall, that wall, and that wall. And we have it on this cross beam here. Now, I again don't know how to track him. I don't see it on any of these glass cylinders, on any of the tracks at all. We have a mystery to solve. And okay, there's a difference between this blood and that blood. This is really, really gruesome. I'm sorry about that. But we have to figure out if our favorite character is dead or alive. And that requires blood analysis. And these spatters, here I go with my Dexter analysis, look to be like he hit something and it splattered on the wall, right? And maybe lost some fur. Maybe he bounced off of this, hit there, splatter, splatter. Then, do we see any blood or fur on here? We don't. However, we do notice a difference here with this blood. Now, this blood is different than that blood. This one over here is darker and it is dripping. So to me, it sort of seems like the ones we see here and here were quick spatters and they didn't get enough blood on them to pool, kind of like paint. Let's pretend it's paint. Like you put too much paint on it and it starts to dribble down. So this means to me that he might be trying to climb up into here. No. Wait, so red? Wait, that might be, well, so he went from here, but then we don't see any blood there. I was going to say he might have gone like this around here, climbed up, gotten on this pipe here, and then he climbs across this pipe over this and climbs up there. But can he fit? That's the question, right? Like, look at this. This is pretty tight. I'm not sure even as a player if I could fit in there because look how tall we are, right? So our head would be about there, the railing. Yeah, if we duck, maybe, but this is quite a bit smaller than the vents that we were looking at in chapter 1 when I was trying to determine the size. This is about the size of the full vent. And remember how much he had to squish himself up to walk through it. So I don't know unless he crawled. He might be able to make it through here, and it might be why they've designed these to look like this. Because, oh, this one doesn't have it, but why would this factory be designed to have these tubes and have a bigger vent than the tube other than to hide something, an escape of some sort? Now, we can also, let's see how far in here okay, so it doesn't go that far. And so if he came here, he died. Just kidding. We're not supposed to know that that happens. However, let's get some light in here and see if it tells us anything. Do we see? Because if we see any blood in here, then we know he has at least survived the fall. Whether he lived or died, I don't know, but he could have survived the fall. Now, there is one other thing that might explain why we can't figure out how he climbed. And that is, he splattered here, he splattered there, he splattered down there, and then the experiment came and took him. And when it did, it dragged his body up the wall, and that's why you see the blood there is dragging him through the vent like it does with Mommy Longlegs and integrating him into his body. When I started this video, I was under the assumption that that was true. It makes sense from a plot standpoint because at the end of chapter 2, we kill Mommy Longlegs. There is no question about it. And it makes me think that the original intent of chapter 1 was that we killed him, right? That was just the original plot line. And then in each chapter, we kill the antagonist. Again, in chapter 1 was Huggy Wuggy, and this was Mommy Longlegs. And then, however many chapters there end up being, the experiment takes each of those parts and integrates it into part of himself. But Huggy Wuggy is an extremely, and I mean extremely, popular video game character. One of the most recognizable created in the last 5 years, I would say, at the very least. I mean, we're talking Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, Foxy level popular. Which brings me to the reason I think that they may change that formula. And that is plush sales. If you haven't noticed, again, with the popularity of the character, pretty much everywhere you go, you can find Huggy Wuggy knockoff plushes. I mean, they are everywhere. I was in the EU. They were everywhere. Didn't matter what country. Like, all the souvenir shops had little fake, weird looking Huggy Wuggy dolls. I can't imagine how many of them Mob Games is selling. And they want to continue selling them. So featuring him in future chapters sells more plushes. So I don't know if I can say definitively whether or not Huggy Wuggy lives or dies. I mean, there's a lot of evidence pointing toward, well, maybe he did live. I can see that, especially with the blood drips, but hey, you never know. That could be part of the prototype. I think the most compelling evidence that he didn't die, and I almost just did, is the potential for plush sales and featuring him in future episodes as the most popular character in Poppy Playtime, even though he was no part of Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 minus that little bit that we just looked at. Dude, you know what? I want to go over here. Let's go look here real quick. I've never been through this room, but we can get over there and we can have a look just to see what's in here. We can light it up a little bit. Whoa. What is this, dude? Okay, they were doing experiments here. They chopped the head off of Mommy Longlegs' toy here. Oh, wow. Wait, this is... Wait, where does this go? Huh? Wait, I could have gone here all along? And I just... No, right? You couldn't go here, right? Did it? I've never been here. How have I never been here? Let's get all the way over here. Where does this ladder go? What do we have here? Okay. Wow, this goes way up here. Where does the ladder go? Does it go out? Do we go out of bounds? Okay, so yeah, we go out of bounds here. Oh, I wonder what this is all about. I mean, obviously this is like a medical testing facility. Doesn't seem very sterile for the experiments, but yeah, this is where they test experiments. That's for sure. So I'm really confused here and I don't know what to think. I like to think that they would keep the plot line and make sense that every antagonist, main antagonist, dies at the end of each episode and gets integrated into the prototype, which is what I originally thought. But dang, those sweet, sweet plush sales might actually change what I thought. I don't know, but I need you guys to let me know what you think. Actually, you already have. Most of y'all in my last video said, nah, he didn't die. I got proof. I saw it in the video, which actually isn't proof. But there is some evidence that he may have survived. But as I said, it could be the prototype dragging him through the vent. We're just going to have to wait until chapter 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 to find out. But go ahead and let me know your theories in the comments below. Also, if there are any questions that you have that haven't been answered that you want me to hack around the game with and see if we can figure them out, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. And of course, Noodle on!